Want to know why 20% of people achieve 80% of the success? By the end of this video, you'll discover the one principle that successful people have been using for centuries to work less and achieve more. Did you know that just 20% of your daily actions lead to 80% of your results? Think about that for a second. Most people spend their entire lives focusing on the wrong things, wondering why they're not getting ahead. But today, I'm going to show you exactly how to identify that golden 20% in your life that will skyrocket your success. And the best part, you'll actually work less than you do now. Let me tell you a quick story. Last year, I was working 50, 65-hour weeks, constantly stressed, barely seeing my family. I was doing everything, answering every email, attending every meeting, trying to perfect every tiny detail in my business. Sound familiar? Then I discovered something that completely changed my life, the 80-20 principle, also known as the Pareto Principle. Here's the thing, this isn't just some theory. It's a mathematical principle that shows up everywhere in life. In business, 20% of customers typically generate 80% of profits. In your smartphone, you probably use 20% of your apps 80% of the time. Even in your wardrobe, you likely wear 20% of your clothes 80% of the time. But here's where it gets really interesting. Most people get this principle completely wrong. They hear about it and think, oh, that's nice, but they never actually apply it to transform their lives. Let me show you how to do it right. First, let's break down exactly how this principle works in real life. Imagine you're a business owner with 100 tasks on your to-do list. According to the 80-20 rule, only 20 of those tasks will give you 80% of your results. But here's the million-dollar question. Which 20%? Let me give you a practical example. Take your marketing efforts. Most businesses spread themselves thin across every platform: Facebook, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, email marketing, and the list goes on. But when they actually analyze their results, they usually find that just one or two channels bring in most of their customers. Here's what you need to do right now. Take out a piece of paper. Yes, right now. Pause the video if you need to, and write down all your major activities from the past week. Now ask yourself this crucial question. Which of these activities actually move the needle in your life or business? The results might shock you. You'll probably find that most of your time is spent on low-impact activities, checking emails, attending unnecessary meetings, perfecting minor details that nobody notices. These are the 80% of activities that only give you 20% of your results. But don't worry, I'm going to show you exactly how to flip this around. Here are 3 practical steps to implement the 80-20 principle in your life today. Step 1. Track and analyze. For 1 week, track everything you do and the results each activity produces. Be brutally honest with yourself. Which activities are actually bringing you closer to your goals? Step 2. Identify your power activities. Look for patterns. Which 20% of your activities are producing the biggest results? These are your power activities, the ones you need to focus on and scale up. Step 3. Eliminate or delegate. This is the hard part, but it's crucial. Look at the remaining 80% of activities. Can they be eliminated, automated, delegated? Remember, every minute spent on low-impact activities is a minute taken away from your power activities. Now I know what some of you are thinking, but I can't just ignore 80% of my work. And you're right, you can't completely eliminate everything. But here's the secret. You can gradually shift your time and energy toward your high-impact activities. Let me give you a real-world example of how powerful this can be. Tim Stoddart, a successful entrepreneur, applied this principle to his business and found that just 2 of his marketing channels were bringing in 85% of his customers. By doubling down on these channels and reducing effort on others, he actually increased his results while working fewer hours. But here's where most people get stuck. They know about the 80-20 principle, but they struggle to implement it. Why? Because it requires something that most people aren't willing to do. Let go. Let go of perfectionism. Let go of the need to control everything. Let go of the activities that keep you busy but don't move you forward. Think about it this way. If you're currently working 50 hours a week and you could get 80% of your results from just 20% of your efforts, that means you could potentially get the same results in just 10 hours. Now, reality might not be quite that dramatic, but even if you could get the same results in 25 hours instead of 50, wouldn't that be worth it? Here's the really exciting part. Once you start applying this principle, it becomes a virtuous cycle. As you focus more on your high-impact activities, you get better at them. As you get better at them, they produce even more results. And as they produce more results, you have more resources to delegate or eliminate the low-impact activities. But I need to warn you about something. This isn't a one-time fix. The 80-20 principle needs to become a lens through which you view everything in your life. Every week, every month, every quarter, you should be asking yourself, what's my 20%? What are the vital few activities that are producing most of my results? The beauty of this principle is that it applies to everything, not just business. Want better relationships? Focus on the 20% of people who bring 80% of the joy and value to your life. Want to get fit? Focus on the 20% of exercises that give you 80% of your results. Want to learn a new skill? Focus on the 20% of fundamental concepts that will give you 80% of your practical ability. Here's your action plan starting today. Identify your current 80-20 ratio in your most important areas. List your power activities, the vital 20%. Create a plan to gradually increase time spent on these activities. Start eliminating, delegating, or automating the rest. Remember, this isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's about making conscious choices about where you spend your time and energy. It's about focusing on what truly matters and letting go of what doesn't. The 80-20 principle isn't just a rule, It's a key that can unlock a whole new level of success in your life. And the best part, you don't have to wait to start seeing results. You can begin implementing this principle today, right after this video. Speaking of which, if you found this video helpful, you're going to love my future video on how to actually identify your power activities. Subscribe so you don't miss it.